Hi there, Matt here. Hope you're doing really well. In this video here, I'm going to show you a tip in Integromat when it comes to an array and fields, and this is in relation to Airtable. So there's something that will most definitely get you stuck or cause a lot of frustration. I'm just going to go into it, and this is a current issue here. So there's a runtime error, and when I go into this error, so again it's saying it's not valid. Record ID. There you go. Just be mindful that record ID. It's giving us clues. Okay, so if I go in here and I type in, the one I was looking at was lead source. I'm just going to go lead. So this one here, it's looking for a record ID. So if you simply map, which I currently have already, I've got a variable that I've already done. So say for argument's sake I've done this, which is referring to 167, module 167. Let's just go there for a second. Okay, I'll cancel that. So 167, the get variable, all the way down here. It is this one here. So that's polling from this one here. Okay, the output there is a text field. Okay, saying with that error, it's looking for a record ID. So it's not looking for text, it's looking for a number. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to include a switch module. Switch module that your software, in this case Airtable, will recognize. And what is the output for that? So lead source here, I've started to populate this. I was looking for a pattern. So the pattern is going to refer to, go lead source. Source, and it's got the text, so what it actually is. So drop it over there, just make sure there's no space at the front. So this is the input, okay? So it's called the pattern, okay? We want to output a record ID. So what do? We need to switch over to Airtable, and I'll show you what you need to do. So if you recall, we want, this is what we're mapping. So it has to relate to Airtable specifically and the records that's available. So going back, so if you recall, these pattern is gonna, these are all in the same order as per the Airtable record. So I go here, they're all in order. Now what it's asking for is a record ID. So by default, Airtable will not display that information. So what you need to do is click on here, go formula, and you simply just type in ID, record ID, create field. Now you have the information that Integromat and the Airtable module is looking for. So what you need to do here is now map this input with that output. So the terminology they use is this. So we go switch, we start to do that. So the referral, so the calculations, we'll call that, so we don't get confused, call that record ID. Save. Okay, just got that blur on for privacy reasons. So the output, what we want to do is click on here, edit here, output, bang. Next one, accountant, tax agent, copy C. I'm not going to go through the whole lot, but you get the idea. So these all have to be mapped. Okay, so I've pre-populated all those. Didn't want you to sit through all that. A bit laborious. I'm just going to quickly eyeball just to double check. Okay, I'm happy with that. So I'm going to do OK. Now we're going to do here is, so the switch module. So that's the switch. So that's OK. Go back here and we'll change it to what it will recognize. So go here. Go fix up the initial error. There's another error here too. If we go back to here, what we're going to do is be more specific, because by default it's looking at that record, so we don't want to confuse ourselves, so we need to do a specific record here. So add module, we'll go, need to set another record that's specific to Airtable and this cluster. I'll show you what I mean by cluster. Variable name. So the output, okay, so the output of the switch module. So the switch module is 348. I'll do our output. We'll do the output here. We'll go to lead source and we'll just say Airtable, okay. So don't get confused if we're mapping any other lead sources in the whole scenario, because that would not work at all. So rename, we'll go lead source, Airtable. Okay. So the reason why I do that, just make it consistent, Airtable. So now I'm mapping it, go back here. So go lead source, yeah, value. If I just do lead source, you'll see two things will pop up, okay? That's the one we don't want. So that's the general one. We want this one, which is specific to Airtable. So okay. Just close that, add, make sure it's there, do okay, and we'll do a run. So I'm going to force this, do a run, send some data through, just watch it, it'll come through shortly. Here we go. There we go, processed. So as you can see in Airtable, we sent the data through and it's pre-populated that entry for us. And it's correctly inputted the lead source, which is fantastic. That's what we wanted. That's one thing to remember. The clue in Airtable gives you clues. In this case here, there's the error, looking for a record ID, looking for a number. If it was originally mapped to the text, which was just read reviews, e.g. Google reviews, it would not have worked. So we just went through how to overcome that and how to fix that. And last but not least is make sure that you're consistent. If your logic is correct when you structure your scenarios, this module here, we're going to copy, make sure, we'll just copy that, Control A. Make sure to check if there's any other modules that refer to the opportunity, so similar modules. So it's referring to an opportunity, this one here, we need to make sure we update this one as well. So look for the lead source, okay, change that. That was wrong, update to there, okay. So we got that route, yes, down here, I need to do some more. So I'll just pause the video there. So there's, you get the idea, just make sure you update all the modules correctly. So just going through how to fix that, and we've done a bit of repetition just to get you tuned in and reinforce the learnings. Thanks guys, any questions, let me know in comments as well. Learn more, cheers. Matt K, Build with K.